Now on to one of the most often asked questions to me, right? So how do I de-stress for this exam? Stress is not bringing out the best. How do I de-stress, right? Simple answer is this. What's your plan B, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying create a plan B because your plan A is going to go wrong, right? So plan B is to be in effect only if your plan A goes wrong, right? Plan A being our CAT exam, which we're going to be taking. If that doesn't go well, then what next, right? Think about it. I am not saying plan A will go wrong. It doesn't mean that. I'm just saying understand, or rather think about the possibilities. What next would you do, right? If this goes wrong, possible list of plan Bs typically, right, for any student is going to be, first is for you to understand this is the first of the exams. CAT is pretty much one of the first exams you're going to be writing. You have ZAT, SNAP to follow for sure, and SNAP you can have 3 attempts. NMAT over here, some of you would have taken it already, and some of you would be taking it later, right? So you have a string of exams to come up, right? Doesn't mean if one exam goes bad, it's going to be hitting every other exam. You need to do well in at least one of these tests, right? So CAT, of course, is one of the most important, no denying that, but understand that there's not just one plan B, there are multiple plan Bs with these exams to follow, right? Second is you need to understand that a gap is fine, right? No perfect completion. Did my UG and then went on to do my PG immediately, didn't have much of a gap year is a waste year and all. No, you can always work and take it again. You have some dream colleges in mind, chase it. That's what we used to do back then. Nowadays, I'm seeing a lot of people tending to get stressed out, right? Want to have a perfect attempt and make sure that you enter the perfect college, right? So get the stress out, right? That's not going to help you. There is no perfect attempt, right? Get that very clear. Nobody attempts the test perfectly. Everybody makes mistakes. If there's somebody who comes and tells you that, I always attempt this test perfectly, great. That person can be a rocket scientist. You don't need to be that. We don't need to be that, right? This is about management. Everybody makes mistakes. So exams will have ups and downs, right? Every exam. There are going to be times where we do well during the test, and there will be times when we don't do well during the test, right? So nobody is going to be scoring at a steady rate. I keep saying this. Remember that, right? So stress is going to simply bring out the worst across all sections, right? Because we won't be able to focus on the test. So therefore, once you know that there's a plan B, you can get the stress out. You can focus only at the section at hand, right? When it comes to VARC, you need to focus on the right parts of the passage. The first paragraph and the last paragraph, that gives you an idea, right? The tone of the passage, the author's viewpoint, the questions at hand. Do we need to get back to the passage? A lot of decisions, a lot of things you have to do during the test. Stress is not going to help you here, right? So DILR over here, not every condition and clue over here is going to matter a lot, right? So you need to note them down, you need to remember them. Stress is not going to help you over there, right? The last part, quant over here, you need to be reading carefully, you need to apply the 688 strategy, you need to let go of questions which are tough. So for all of this, get the stress out. To get stress out, understand there are other options, right? Have your plan B, think about the plan B, and go and write the exam without stress. Your plan A should work out.